wraparounds, you gotta shake it off.
Shake it off. But we're now in a rebellion of spaghetti.
Yes, we're really running with a rebellious thing.
God.
We are Hypotheticals.
Hello, hello.
Hello, little beanie lady. And you know, from where I'm sitting opposite, it's pretty funny. I can only see your eyes, and then you've just moved. There was like a cute little peak on top.
Well, this is the thing. This beanie
like a little gumdrop beanie.
Yeah, it looks like a little gnome. I do like that. But I always tuck the little gnomey thing in because I'm like, or else it looks like I've got an egghead.
It does. You get one of those cone heads.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute though.
I'm just going to tuck that little...
Let's do it as a peak, like a little dinosaur peak. Now you can now.
Okay.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
Despite what you said to me before we started.
Well, I wasn't sure the colours went, to be honest. Maybe write in, let us know. Do you think Kate's beanie goes with her jumper? I love the beanie and I love the jumper. I'm not sold on them together.
Well,
Having said that, I look like a schlub, so...
I just thought I would be a bit eclectic today because of the round we're hosting.
Again, she's done a segue. All right, let's start us off. Wrap around. Let's get right into it.
If you were magically transformed into a human-sized pickle named Sir Pickleton III.
Mm-hmm, of course, the third. Yeah, the third.
With the ability to speak fluent cat and a
penchant
for tap dancing, how would you convince a group of squirrels to join you in a quest to conquer the moon and establish a pickle monarchy?
I mean, that's a question I just ask myself every single day.
Okay, I'm going to read that really fast again.
Yeah, let's go.
If you were magically transformed into a human-sized pickle named Sir Pickleton III, with the ability to speak fluent cat and a penchant for tap dancing, how would you convince a group of squirrels to join you in the quest to conquer the moon and establish a pickle monarchy?
I mean, there's so much to unpack in that.
So you really just got to think. You're speaking cat.
But I'm a pickle.
You're a pickle. You're speaking cat.
And I'm a pickle that I feel like it's been around for a while. So because I'm the third, I'm going to assume it. To be honest, I think if you are a third of something, you either go one or two ways. This is very harsh, by the way. You're either like a little bit senior, you're a little bit grand, you're a little bit distinguished, or you're a douche.
See, I have been watching the show The Great recently, but he is I guess he is a douche. He's a bit of a lovable douche, but he's also just like living in the shadow of his father, and you kind of feel a little bit sorry for him in a really weird way, despite him murdering lots of people.
Okay, I get that. All right, well, to be honest, it doesn't really... I guess his personality doesn't matter enough.
Well, how is he going to woo the squirrels?
Well, the thing is...
With his fluent cat language?
And also, how does that help for squirrels? Do squirrels speak cat? Or is he going to have to get some cats in to get them to get the squirrels? But then do squirrels and cats communicate? I would have thought they were friends.
I think the language of the cat would be very similar to the language of the squirrel.
Based on, give me 4 reasons why.
Because...
Give me 1 reason why.
Because... they do look a little similar.
Yep.
They are both animals to start with. I'm giving you reasons. And they both seem like creatures of the night. So I feel like...
Don't give me your eyebrows and waggle them at me like, yeah, that's my point.
That's my point.
Creatures of the night. Squirrels.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
They're nocturnal.
No, they're not.
A squirrel?
Squirrels are not. You go anywhere in England or America, they are all about during the day. They are not nocturnal.
I would say they're still a little bit more for the nighttime than they are for the daytime.
You're thinking possums.
I know I'm thinking possums. But
don't double down on squirrels.
I am going to say squirrels, nocturnal. Well, cats aren't really nocturnal either.
So it's a terrible argument. So you're back to 2 arguments. They're both furry and they're both mammals. You can have that.
I just feel like their language, it would be like European languages. So once you know like Spanish, you could probably fudge your way through French.
Okay, all right. So they're like neighbouring sort of languages.
Thank you. Boom. Finally got there.
Don't boo me when you're talking about squirrels being nocturnal.
I'm not now. I'm talking about languages.
All right. I think they're right. They are probably somewhat similar.
So that's why I'm thinking Sir Pickleton III could have enough of a conversation with a squirrel to make do, to go, hey, and because he is obviously a nobleman by his name, clearly, he's probably going to negotiate, like, I'll give you this plot of land, or I'll give you these lots of jars to pickle in if...
Why do the squirrels want jars to pickle in?
they're forgetting who I'm negotiating. I'll give you these trees and I'll give you these nuts if you just band with me to make an army of squirrels / Pickletons / cats, potentially, because you got cat language.
Yeah.
To take over the world.
Take over the moon. We need to come back to that.
Yeah,
part
but
in
you
a
need
second.
to take over the world to take over the moon.
You don't. You can just do them as separate things.
Well, you need to. How are you going to?
This is the
What
catch,
kind
right?
of power does squirrels have to get
don't
to
know.
the moon?
So this is where I'm thinking. Okay, so can I take it back a step? I know it's a lot, right? I think that the tap dancing is more the key than speaking fluent cat. I'm thinking
Morse
more
code?
like Happy Feet. So I'm thinking, you know how back in Happy Feet, he couldn't really communicate. He couldn't use his song, his heart voice, his heart song. So good. So I'm thinking, you haven't seen it, of course you haven't, because it wasn't in Wowler. It wasn't on Channel 4.
That's not the reason why, but anyway, I get the point.
Why haven't you seen it?
I just haven't.
God, you make it so hard to be friends with you. He doesn't know how to sing, so but he communicates with his feet. So I'm thinking that the Pickleton, hopefully who has feet, just by the way, because in my book story I think that I would give them feet.
Yeah, they'd have feet. They'd have feet.
So I think they communicate.
Also just like a slimy. Anyway,
I think they communicate through the language of dance. So I think they're like dancing it out, and they can communicate. Think about the interpretive dancing; they can rock it. So I think they're communicating through dance. And
can we add song as well?
Yeah.
Only because have you heard like when cats are like fighting and they're like and they like do that and then they make these really weird noises.
Yes, and there's dudes who actually has created TikTok videos that have done the cat's voices to different songs. Have you seen them?
Yes, I have.
They're really
like,
cool.
Meow, 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 meow. I don't know.
It's exactly like that. It's perfect. So let's say they've either managed to communicate via neighbouring languages or the power of dance and song. And then because your question's right, how can they possibly go to take over the moon? But I think that the squirrels are sneaky enough and innocent looking enough that they would be able to get past the security in the rocket place, and then they would come together like one ginormous Power Ranger. Like they would come together to create one ginormous squirrel, and then the pickle would be the head, like it was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with, was it Kane? The floating brain?
Yep.
So you've got a squirrel body, all of them together so they can move all the rocket things, and then the little pickle's there as the brain, and he's obviously, I'm just assuming he's smart, or at least he's studied it, and then they take the rocket and go to the moon.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like it. It's elaborate.
I mean, so is
the question. The only thing I might change a little bit, because this tap dancing, there's a lot of tapping, right? And you know, what do they use a lot of? Like Morse code. You can send messages to certain people in Morse code. So maybe it's this tap dancing is one for entertainment, because of course it is. So, you know, you can entertain the troops. But you could Morse code to different types of animals, including the squirrel. But you could also maybe get some other life forms involved in your Morse code.
Oh, I love that.
Because
that is good.
So you could, then it could be like a war of the worlds.
Well, so to continue on that, if they're wanting to conquer the moon and establish a pickle monarchy, are you saying they could Morse code it? So another, like an alien form of life has come there. They communicate. They say what their mission is. They send their technology to come down and get the squirrels and the pickles, and take them to the moon, because they don't have any concern about the moon. They're not currently on the moon, and then they get to go from there.
But maybe,
So then the squirrels don't have to break into NASA.
maybe squirrels and aliens are friends, right? So maybe
Through Morse code dancing.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
yep, yep.
no. So who is doing the dancing? The dancing is Sir Pickleton, right?
But he can teach the squirrels how to tap dance.
Yes, but I'm thinking what he does is he uses the squirrels as like an scapegoat, right? So the aliens trust the squirrels because squirrels look harmless, right? Sir Pickleton, not so much, I don't think. So what he does is he communicates through cat/tap dancing and Morse code, but he teaches the squirrels to do Morse code to communicate with the aliens, and then the aliens come. He thinks he's picking up the squirrels, but Sir Pickleton and all the pickles get on the spaceship and they are taken back to the moon and they leave the squirrels behind. Because it's about creating a pickle monarchy.
You're right. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the squirrels.
He's using the squirrels to his advantage because of their cuteness.
I agree, and I really, really do like that. Can I segue off of another way? Is that I don't think I'm almost now seeing the squirrels more as his they are still he's using them for the cuteness, but as his kind of army. He is only the one communicating. He's like him and the rest of his pickles. Excuse me. Sorry. The rest of his pickles are doing the tap dancing Morse code with the aliens. They're actually okay. They're friends. So the pickle dude and the aliens are friends. They're like, yeah, come on, no problems. We'll help you with the moon. You sound pretty cool. But then he unleashes his squirrels on the aliens and takes over their spaceship, goes to the moon, and then he also goes to their planet to try and take over too with his army of killer squirrels.
Oh, geez.
Because it is about establishing a pickle monarchy, right? Maybe he doesn't have to come to Earth. He could be taking over their planet using his.
But he's taking over moon.
Yeah, gets the moon.
But he wants everything.
Yeah, he wants their planet next.
Yeah.
That could be what he does.
Oh, he's a bit of a bastard.
I know. Damn you, Sir Pickleton III.
Damn you.
All right. So I don't know if we need to lock in an answer for that.
No, I would love, just as a side note, to see a squirrel in a astronaut outfit.
Oh my goodness, it would be so cute.
So cute.
So cute.
So I really do want the squirrels in the spaceship at some point.
As do I.
I just don't know how that works.
Me either. Question number 2.
Okay. So next question is.
You know the thing about wraparounds, you could have like shake it off.
Shake it off. But we're now in a rebellion of spaghetti.
Yes, we're really running with a rebellious thing.
God.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So if spaghetti started organising a rebellion against other types of pasta, who would win? So I guess we've got to think about who the spaghetti's at war with and who's then going to win between spaghetti and whatever the other pasta is.
Yeah, see, I actually think it's crazy for spaghetti to actually start a war because I think...
I'm not disagreeing with you right now.
And here's my thing. Although...
Give me your reasons.
I think an individual spaghetti, way too breakable, way too easy to snap. They're not a sturdy pasta, and I just don't think they have the strength to be able to take on individual challenges. However, when you have a whole bunch of spaghetti together, damn, they're strong. They're strong in numbers. So they could be like, like the 300, the movie The 300. Probably haven't seen it. Again, Channel 4 and well. Have you seen 300? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Explain it to me.
300 Spartans took on thousands of other people, and there was only 300 of them, but it's because they fought together. They had a really amazing technique. Also, they funneled people into like a whatever. Mm-hmm. So they were smart and they were strategic about where they fought.
Do you think spaghetti are smart?
I think that they realise that they have strength in numbers.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think on their own, spaghetti, weak, spindly, but together they are a force to be reckoned with. And I maybe retract and think maybe I retract my original statement. Maybe they should start a rebellion. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well,
I haven't even said the pasta yet. I've got 2 options of who they're fighting with, but what do you think?
I just think the spaghetti are a little bit like a comedic bunch. I would never take spaghetti seriously.
How come?
Because it's like I guess it's
because it's floppy when it's cooked.
It's floppy and it seems a bit jiggly and like it's a staple kind of item. Like I once got told
Let's see what this
I
is.
once got told if spaghetti is a friendship meal. So if a gentleman friend ever cooked you spaghetti, he ain't interested. He's just, and you know what? It's really stuck with me. And I actually can kind of understand. I don't know why I'm going so much into my dating life in these last 2 episodes, but
I think, well, actually, to be honest, it's very hard to eat spaghetti daintily.
no.
It's not, right, because
It's messy.
it's
They're
messy. You get you're either slurping or even if you're twirling, you have to open your mouth quite wide. There's a sauce issue. It's not a despite what Lady in the Tramp tries to
It's
tell
not
us,
romantic.
It's not a romantic meal.
So I think it's like they're up for a little bit of joke. So I think them starting a rebellion, they've probably done it in a way that like, fuck it, let's just mess with people,
Let's
right?
do it.
Like, let's do it.
Okay, all right. So
But
let's bring it back to the question.
I also think there's a dark side to the spaghetti.
Oh my goodness, why?
I think they could have a chokehold over you.
On what?
Well, I think they could just go and strangle every piece of pasta that's out there.
Oh, you reckon they're like lassoing,
Yes.
sort of like noosing? Them? Yeah, they could. They could, but cooked spaghetti not strong to be a noose.
But
It doesn't. It's
against,
too thin though.
but against another piece
yes,
of
and
pasta.
here's where. Okay, here's where the pasta is. Whew, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Who are we going up against?
Okay. I'm going to give you I've got 2 options.
Yeah. Okay.
My first one is. Oh, I have 3 options. Oh,
Okay,
I'm
you're
really
just gonna
passionate about this.
you're just gonna
for all the pastas.
pick all the
all right.
pastas.
My first one is the bows.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that's called, but I know
Whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And the reason is because they've got a little sturdy middle and they've got quite good flappy wings. I've done this a lot today for the mug. It does not look good.
No, it doesn't.
I think they've got a good wingspan, a pretty sturdy wingspan. I think they could clap the spaghetti and tip them over quite easily.
They could almost be like, you know,
they
those
could be
plants.
snapping dragons. Smart. See?
Venus flytrap.
Thank you. So I think they've got a real good chance of that. I think, and honestly, I think the spaghetti would have trouble catching them in a real way.
Yeah.
Unless the spaghetti lassoed the top part of its
It could-
pasta mouth and ripped it off.
Well, it could actually just wrap itself around and close it shut.
But again, this is my issue. I don't think the stability of the spaghetti when cooked is quite a thin pasta.
But I feel like you're forgetting that the snap is going to be a bit of a sloppy
Slop.
snap.
Not if you cook it al dente.
Well, cook the spaghetti al dente, although then it would be pretty stiff.
Exactly.
What's your other options?
Oh, sorry. My second option is the big pasta shell.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the ginormous ones,
Yeah.
but not like the big ones.
Yeah.
And because I think, again, real sturdy shell, I think they could use that like an armadillo to kind of hide away from a rebellion.
Oh, I was
Like
thinking people getting trapped again inside.
No, amazing. I love that. That could also work. Because I was also thinking their mechanism could be to scoop. They could come through and
yeah.
like scoop their prey up
Yeah.
and then chuck them over their shoulders. So they've got the protect, they've got the scoop, they've got the hide or the smother. They're kind of the smother.
yeah.
And I think if they wanted to, if they were trying to get, if the spaghetti was coming at them, they could almost like shields sort of layer themselves on top of each other, kind of like a turtle, and nothing's getting in there.
Nah, nothing's getting in.
It's covering over. It's like
Yeah.
tiles, right?
Yeah.
So that's my second one.
Okay,
Do you want
I
me
like
to hear your
that.
third one?
Yep.
But I like that too. The third one is, I don't know what it's called, but it's the corkscrew pasta. Mm-hmm. Because although now that I say it and I've thought of the other 2 more, I don't think it has the rigidity.
We've been through this so many times.
Why do we use this word so many times?
Just go the rigid nature.
The rigid nature of the pasta. But I was originally thinking it could like drill.
Oh, yeah?
Like I think it could drill its way down.
Drill its way. But it
It wouldn't drill through the spaghetti though,
no,
would it?
and it would just, the spaghetti would get wrapped around it. I think actually it would be
Yes.
easily defeatable, that one.
Yeah, good. Let's take that off. Okay.
Yeah, so you've got 2.
I've got 2. What are you thinking?
Well, I am probably thinking maybe a little bit more about how the pasta's prepared, I guess.
Okay.
So my first one was ravioli
Okay. Tell me
because
more.
it's like a fluffy pillow filled with things, right? So it's quite heavy. So I'm thinking it could just, smother the spaghetti
Yeah, that's true.
until it no longer breathes.
My issue when I think of ravioli is I think of it being pierced and its insides coming out in quite a graphic way. But spaghetti's
But
not
how's
piercing it.
how's it
Yeah,
getting
no, you're
pierced?
right.
So that was that. And I feel like they can protect themselves pretty easy. Everything would bounce kind of off of them, but
That's true.
they could smother something.
I feel like they're like the big, like, in a footy team, like in an American footy team.
Like a big solid unit.
Yep. I like it. Okay.
And I'm continuing to go on with that theme with my next idea, which is the cannelloni.
Oh, okay.
Because
the cannelloni one that's already rolled, like a tube,
Yes,
like a
like a
cylinder.
tube.
Okay.
So I'm going with that one because I think they could just steamroll over everything.
Yes, although how much are they keeping their shape once cooked? I don't think they're keeping very much.
Yeah, true.
They kind of close in on themselves a little because you have to stuff them before, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they would keep enough shape. A raw one would work quite well as a steamroller.
Okay. So that might be my out one. Then the next one,
Yeah.
gnocchi.
Nuggety little things.
It's nuggety. The only thing is if I think about the personality of a gnocchi, I don't think they're a fighter. But
Oh, no, I think they're absolutely little fighters.
I would think they're actually like cuddly little fluffy goodness.
No, I think they want you to think that, but I
Okay.
don't. I actually think they're
I hope,
like...
well, that would work well in my theory. I was just thinking
I think
'cause
they're like
nuggety.
chihuahuas, like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." Like I think they're like tired of being like sort of on the outside. They're not really in the pasta
See,
game, right?
I was thinking they were more like bulldogs, like,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
but they're not aggressive.
But so maybe like a bulldog with a chihuahua personality.
Maybe. But I
Okay.
was thinking because they're
They
they're
could roll over the spaghetti.
they roll over.
Although
They just bowl you over. Like that's what they would be. They'd be like a big giant. You're not. They might not fight you, but you're not going to beat them in a rebellion.
having said that though, I do wonder because they're almost so spherical, sort of, whether the spaghetti could almost in turn create a net to scoop them.
Oh yeah.
They could come together and create a scooping net, which is an issue with all of the pastas in fairness, but I think maybe the spherical nature of the gnocchi might lend itself to that quite well.
It's true. It's true. Maybe the spaghetti will win.
Okay, well,
Okay, what are you going with
I'm locking
in this
in.
great pasta war?
I'm torn between my and my my
was your
shell.
second
My I think I'm going to go
shell.
the shell. I think I'm going the shell. It has the potential to still be caught up in a net, but it doesn't have a base. So I think it could wiggle itself because it has an edge, right?
Yeah.
So it could kind of use itself like an edge. It has the protective quality. I think they could layer up really well to protect themselves against it. I think they can smother. That was a really good suggestion you said. And I think they can scoop out of the way. So I'm locking in pretty hard the giant pasta shell, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to win against the spaghetti. What do you reckon?
Given I threw my 3 ideas out and they all got squashed.
Oh, no. They
It's
got
okay.
debated.
It's okay. I know where I stand with my spaghetti. I think the spaghetti's going to win.
No.
Spaghetti's going to win.
Your
the
spaghetti's
rebellion.
going against my pasta shells and you think you're winning.
I'm going to freaking net you up.
But you're
And
not, though. I'm going to
gonna
saw myself out.
Bullshit.
I
you
can.
are.
I am.
With your sloppy sides.
They're not that sloppy. You're cooking your pasta wrong. Your pasta's way too sloppy.
I feel okay. We're gonna cook some pasta.
We're going to cook some pasta and
We're
gonna
gonna
see.
cook some pasta, and we're gonna see who wins.
Okay, done. Oh, it's got very competitive all of a sudden.
Okay, I think we only have time for one more.
I think we do. Let's do one
'Cause
more.
We went way over time with those.
Okay, hit me with one.
So I'm going to go with an animal.
Oh, I thought you were going to go.
No,
okay.
no, we'll leave that one for the next.
Okay.
An animal as your personal assistant. What are you picking?
Well, what do you want from a personal assistant?
Well, my brother told me this really bad joke the other day. And for the purpose of this, I'll probably tell it even worse. But I'm thinking a parrot. Okay?
What?
A cheeky ass parrot. So there's this joke, right? That
Yeah.
there was a parrot in a pet shop. And every time this lady would walk past the parrot, it would be like, hey, ugly, you know? And so it kept happening. And she was like, well, that's really rude. And so she went into the parrot store, the pet store, and said, oh, you know, like, this is happening. I would really appreciate it. And then the owner said, like, okay, parrot, you're not allowed to do this. Like, it's done or you're done.
Uh-huh.
So then the next day, the woman walks past the pet shop and the parrot goes, you know what?
I get it.
You know you're ugly. But you just kept reminding.
God.
Oh my God, I can't believe I had to spell it out.
I don't get it.
But like, so she's still reminding that she's ugly.
No, now I
but-
get it. It's stupid.
I didn't say it was a good joke. And I didn't even tell it right. But that's okay.
Okay.
I thought
So
the premise of it would be,
So you want a parrot?
I want a parrot because I want somebody to give some cheek to people when they call.
The benefit of a parrot or a bird.
And I could just blame the bird.
Yeah, we can blame any animal for your personal assistant ting. But I think the benefit of a bird is that you could get it to fly notices or things for your messages.
Could be like a pigeon mail.
Back in the day, right? So I think that's the benefit of a bird. But I don't think there's enough other uses for the bird as your personal assistant.
Well, but they can talk. And they could answer the phone. They could jump on the phone button and then they go,
Oh, they could probably talk. It would actually be like, Kate phone, hold please. I'll transfer you now.
ugly bitch.
Actually, you could train it to be able to take messages for you.
Definitely.
And it could tap out its little the messages on the
But I feel like that's so obvious, which is why I'm kind of like, it would be fun.
But that's
because
not your go-to.
I don't know if it's my go-to.
Okay. I know what I don't want. I don't want a fish. So that's pretty clear.
I was thinking about a fish.
Don't
but
want a
no.
fish. Don't want a sloth. Just makes me think of Zootopia. Movie I'm sure you also have not seen. Yep,
Nope.
correct. 3 for 3, baby. So I don't want a sloth. My initial one was like, I want a dog, right? Because dogs are loyal. They follow instructions. They're always wanting to be with you. It wouldn't matter if you made them work really late because they'd be happy to be with you. You can train them to do things. You can train them to do messages and errands and stuff.
Have you seen, sorry, I'm just,
All I can see is his hand.
have you seen, because I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos lately, the message boards for dogs, like and they do them for cats and when they can speak to you, like, and there's like toilet or it's like outside or
Yes.
bull,
So you could train it to do that.
You could train it to answer the phone
That
and
is
use
cool.
those buttons.
That was my initial, but I think if I was actually going to be able to choose any animal, the one I think that makes the most sense is either a chimpanzee or an orangutan, because they're so human-like, and I think that if you worked with them, you would actually be able to get them to legitimately help with things. Like they would be
Like,
crazy.
tell me what they help you
Like
with.
they could pick up a phone, or you
But they can't speak.
no, that is a downside. But they could type. You could teach them how to type.
Yeah.
You could get them to help you fetch things. They can help you move things. They're quite strong. My reasons aren't sounding as good anymore. That's all I've got.
I know what my assistant's going to be.
What do you got?
Crocodile.
Oh
Because
God,
and I
why?
would because I just bring it around with me and then they'd be like, "Oh, can you do this?" And I'm like, "Well, will my crocodile let me?" No, it won't because it will eat you.
So okay, you're like a mafia boss, so you're just refusing to do work with your crocodile.
Yeah, it will protect me forever.
I mean, I guess.
I just don't want to do any work. I want to live a life of luxury.
I mean, it didn't say it had to be a productive personal assistant, so I guess.
Well, it's productive in me not doing work. Isn't
I
that?
don't hate it.
So I'd never have to work a day in my life again. I'll just have the crocodile.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, well, ask my personal assistant if I can do it. And then they would eat them. So we're like, oh, job gone.
Okay.
Job gone. See you later.
That's not bad.
Bye-bye.
I've decided what I'm doing. I'm taking your parrot.
Oh, my God. After that really bad joke.
I think you've convinced me, though, because it can fly messages around. It can talk if you train it. So maybe like a cockatoo. Maybe I'll do like a cockatoo.
I think parrots have the best vocab, though.
Then let's do a parrot. I was taking your parrot. Yep, they can. You can teach them how to talk. They would be able to press buttons on phones. Maybe I could even teach it how to type. And
You would be able to. It'd just be a very slow typer.
and it could pick things up for me, like little things maybe. Like it could bring me like a carrot, if I wanted a carrot or a banana, and it would be able to fly messages. Parrot, lock it in. I laughed real hard, but you've won me over.
Well, you didn't laugh at the joke. But
I
anyway.
didn't get the joke.
Anyway,
All right, so you're looking in.
I'm going with crocodile.
That's outrageous.
I don't want to do any work,
Let's
bitch.
do any work. Okay, all right. So let's. But we want yours. Tell us.
Yes, this was another rapid round, and we're going to do 3 for 3.
For 3.
Because we like these.
I don't know why the clicking is rapid, but it feels rapid.
It is. I think you always click whenever we do a rapid round.
I know.
Anyway, tell us what your ideas are or what you would do in those situations. You can do that by contacting us on our social channels. We're on all of them at Hypotheticals or The Hypotheticals. And also, listen back to our last episode because we did this before and we thought we were pretty funny.
We're the only ones who do.